Hello, my amigas. Welcome to Life with the Side of Autism. I hope you're having a great day. Today, we're going to talk about adults and ABA. Stay tuned, and we'll get right into it. So one of the questions that I'm asked all the time is, when is a child too old for ABA? Or even people will say to me, oh, well, my child's 13, he's too old for ABA. And that kind of makes me giggle because applied behavior analysis really is the science of, basically behavior. And we have behaviors our whole life. And don't forget, a behavior isn't screaming and kicking and biting. Those are behaviors, but a behavior is also your phone ringing and you picking it up and you say hello. Me sitting here talking to this camera is a behavior. So everything that we do is basically a behavior. Sitting down, watching TV, reading a book. Everything we do is a behavior. Like, I just got really excited because something shiny went that way and I had to stop and look and comment on it. I mean, these are just behaviors. So if you look at an adult with a disability or any adult, we can change behaviors throughout our whole life. If you've been with me for about, 2 years or so, I've lost close to 60 pounds and, eating and losing weight and dieting and exercise are behaviors. And the example I always use, and I know I've said this here on my channel before, is that my mom learned how to use an iPhone in her 70s. And don't forget, she wasn't born with iPhones like the kids today are. They don't remember never having iPhones. So any behavior, not any behavior, could I be taught how to be a brain surgeon? No, probably not. But, most behaviors can be taught or untaught. So if you have, an adult with autism in your life, or an adult with autism or a disability, or any adult, you can teach that adult how to quit smoking. You can teach that adult how to exercise. If you have a loved one in your life, an older person with autism, and there is a behavior that they either need to learn or a behavior that they need to unlearn and find a replacement behavior for, ABA is a great option. In the field of ABA, or really what we get with insurance companies, is we have two types of plans. We have a comprehensive plan or we have a focused plan. So if we have just a little person with autism who, just has a whole bunch of deficits, we'll have him on a comprehensive plan where he's just coming in to the center 20 hours a week or wherever he's working, but maybe he'll get 20 or 30 hours of comprehensive ABA where we're just trying to cover a whole bunch of things and change a whole lot of behaviors, teach him a lot of things, unteach him a lot of things. But say you have an adult with autism. We have gotten older kids with autism. One time we had a 17-year-old with autism and he wasn't toilet trained. It's we need to get this guy toilet trained. So we had a focus program and all we focused on was toilet training. So for 8 weeks, we had him and we spent a lot of time in the bathroom, but all we did was work on toilet training. And after, 6 weeks, we pretty much had him really 99% toilet trained. Then we brought him home and got him, toilet trained at home. And then we would bring him out to the community. We'd be like, hey, let's stop and get a big super Slurpee. And we'd stop and get a big super Slurpee. And it's yeah, let's go to IKEA. Because when you go to IKEA, you're going to be in IKEA for a while. Because even if you try to get out, you're trapped in the labyrinth of IKEA. So we would bring him to IKEA. And before long, it's I got to go to the bathroom. Great, they have bathrooms at IKEA. So now let's learn how to use the bathroom outside of the house. Let's learn how to use the bathroom at a gas station. Just because somebody is a certain age doesn't mean we can't teach them something new or unteach them something new. And so, just think about that. So you just have to work with the right professionals, work with people who are good on behavior change, and the sky's the limit. There's no reason why a 17-year-old can't be toilet trained. Now, yes, there absolutely are some people who are adults that probably will never be toilet trained and they can't help it, and that's just the way it is. But if you think this person in your life can learn a skill, reach out to somebody and let's talk about it and find out, is it socially significant? I would say, yep, it is socially significant for a 17-year-old to not wear diapers anymore and be able to toilet themselves. And but just work with professionals, and we can put a treatment plan together. We can put like a plan together, and we can say, this is how we're going to do it. We can follow it along, and we can make them successful. So just because your child has hit a certain age, they're 12, they're 13, they're 20, don't think that it's over, that they don't have any more capacity, because it's just not true. I know for my son, if you asked me 5 years ago, would he ever be cooking on the stovetop? I probably would have said no. He's terrified of the heat. He's terrified of burning himself. He makes spaghetti for himself all the time, where he boils the water, he puts the pasta in, he drains it. He is cooking in the oven now. He's got the long UGG gloves, but he gets his pizza, or he gets things in and out of the oven. Things I never thought he would be able to do, he's doing on his own. And it's just because we just kept trying and kept pushing, and it kept teaching him over and over again, and he did it. And now he's successful, and he can go and make spaghetti on his own. One of his favorite things to make is, I think it's called Cincinnati chili. So it's spaghetti noodles with chili on it and then cheese. And now he's even washing the dishes. We even have him, we've taught him that when he's done using these pots and pans, this is how he washes them. Things I never thought he'd be able to do. I thought he could, load the dishwasher, but anything else just had to stay. So just don't give up. If you think your child can do it, I bet you're right. And remember, never bet against your child. If you think your child can do it, then you need to follow your gut and talk to somebody who can help you and see, yeah, we probably can do it. Let's map it out. Let's give it a try. What can it hurt? Maybe you try and say, okay, he probably isn't ready to do this, but we can maybe work on some prerequisite skills. Or it's like, he probably just isn't capable of doing this right now, but let's revisit it in 5 years. You never know. So just keep that in mind. Again, don't bet against your child, because just 9 times out of 10, they're going to surprise you. So I'd love to hear if you have a story about how your child at an older age just learned new skills, that he did something that surprised you, that knocked your socks off. Leave it in the comments below. We'd all love to hear it. I think the younger parents need to hear these stories about what the older kids can accomplish, and let's all share our pride for our loved ones with autism. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Thank you supporting Life with a Side of Autism. Please subscribe and share, and I'll see all my amigos on the next video.